Okay, so yesterday we have seen one process builder and where we have seen a pros and cons and how we should write when you're using an evaluate next criteria. And today we have some other options as well. Let's see how to achieve those actions and what all different criteria we have. Okay. Now we have update record option, and this option um, we see on the same object, but what we can do update action on multiple records. Like when we are doing on a parent, if you want to update all childs also, you can do it. Now let's see how we can do it. Let's say I have one project and um, this is a bad thing. So this validation rule, not only when this date is changes, even without changing the date also, it's asking for the future date. So we have to modify the rule such a way that if I'm not touching this start date, it should not give me this error. Why? Because it's somewhere back the project has started and I was trying to update some other information. It should not stop me. Only if I'm trying to change the state, and then only I have to restrict. So I'm getting the validation rules. That is required. Future. So we have two things here. Much less than, which is good. So here one more condition we have to think about is when this is changed, then only you have to block me. Otherwise, you should not. See, now I don't see an issue. So if I give some other date, if I'm changing it to a 17, then it should throw me the error. Okay, that's how we can fix it. Okay, fine. Now, so stage is completed, this one. So let's look at something which is not completed. Care about emails. I need a stage. Okay, let's say I was going to this one, pick project resources. I have two project resources who are active, and then whenever the project is started and suddenly somehow if it is terminated, then I want to make this project resources also inactive. That is what my thought process, how we can achieve this with the sorry, how we can achieve this with the process builder. So let's look that. So process builder, when we go to a process builder, try to do a update on the child records that are related to the project. Now I'm going to create project automation. Just I'm giving a generic name so I can add whatever I want here. So the entry criteria, what should be the entry criteria here? A record changes. When the record is changed, then only we can select the object. So the object is going to be project. So when the project and not only created, when it's updated also, I want to make the changes. Okay, I'm good. And what are all the entry criteria for me? Whenever the stage of the project is terminated, when it is terminated, then I want to make some changes. So only the specific changes happen, then only I want to make it happen. So I was good here. So what is the project terminated? Okay, whenever the project is terminated, then I want to do action. The action is update records. This time, inactive or active all resources. Here, I want to do on what, which record? Select the project record, the start process. No, I'm not doing on the same record. I'm doing on the related records of this project. What are all the related records? These are all either parent or child, all you see here. If it is a parent, then you can see it like this one arrow mark. Arrow mark will tell you if they are a parent. If it is a child record, if these are all child record names, so all standards. So what are the child you see underscore underscore r. This name will come from your relationship name. When you have a lookup or master field on your child object, there you see a relationship field. So that relationship field underscore underscore all will be considered when you're looking from a parent to child. Not only here, most of the places when you're writing a queries in development, most of the places when you're looking from parent to child, you have to use that relationship field followed by underscore underscore r. Okay. Now, so there will be not a single record. It will be a single or multiple or no records. Anything can be possible here. And if there's no record, no update will happen. That's fine. If it is one or more, we have to check, double check. Let's say if this project having a resources, this case, both resources are active. If some resources are already inactive, so it doesn't make sense, right, for you to again inactivate them. So we need to worry about who are all active resources. Only those we want to make the update as inactive. So you need to check the status of the resources equal to active and then only make them inactive. Then you're not doing unnecessary update. So all you want to do is if they are active, then you want to make inactive. Or otherwise, what you can do is if they are not inactive, that means if the status is completely blank, not active, not inactive, it's a blank. If you want to avoid that also, if they are not inactive, make them inactive. Simple. So any questions you feel here or we're good? So we can add one more condition. First criteria will be what is the entry criteria, and second will be you're going to check one more check. If it is a related records, it's going to be on your related records. We're on the same records. It doesn't really make sense actually when it is on the same record. Why? Because already you checked the condition. If we are doing different conditions here, it's not going to happen. Right? You can add all conditions on the same records here itself. Here, if it is child records, you cannot add here. So you have to do those while you're doing a update. Okay, are we good here? Now I'm just saving and doing activate. Activate. Done. So anyway, I can see here whether they are active or not. I'm just trying to where is here stage? I want to terminate this. So I have activated a process builder. Yes. I want to terminate this project. Terminate. Good. You cannot save the record because the project automation process failed. Give your sales admin custom validation exception. Gold partnership need at least 500. Where it have? Save. I'm going to check this one. Even though it's not gold, also it's throwing that error. Maybe something we need to check on validation rules. Okay, so it got terminated. Let's see what happened to the resources. They're also inactive. That makes sense for you. Now, I was just trying to moving it back, the status. And so let's see what is the last modified date here. So I see it is 8/13. We have not refreshed the records. So the last modified date is 8/19, so 1 minute before. So if I terminate again, what is my expectation is to, it should not touch these records. Why? Because they are no longer, meeting the criteria to update the records. So my expectation is to not to touch those records. So let's just try it out. Terminator and save. Okay. Now let's look at here. So here before it's 1819, it has to be either 20 or 21 at least. That means it is not working properly. Okay, so they are not getting touched because of this one. Okay, so we have seen updates. Similarly, we can do updates in all related. It could be a parent or child. Just you have to pick here, and you can do it. Okay, I'm just bring one more version and see one more thing. Okay, and different action. Here's Apex, we cannot cover here. Now, creating a new record, we see email alerts, flows, we'll cover, post to a chatter, let's do that. Processes means launching a different process. Quick actions, and then quick send custom notification, submit for approval, also update records. So far we have seen email alerts and update records. These two we have seen. Let's see when we have a create record and when we something I thought of, yeah, doing a charter posts and a custom notification. Okay, let's do it. So not here. Let's give a new stage. When the stage is let's say it is started. When the project is started, I want to create one default resource or assign one project resource here. Project started. Okay, doing a save. When project is started, I want to create a record. Create new. It's going to be complicated. So at least we need one contact here. So do we have any contact field here? No. Hmm. So what are all not having a lookups, or at least only this lookup. So when you have project resource, so this lookup is a kind of mandatory or optional. Mandatory. Mm, contact. We should have one contact field on the project to copy there, and project lead also. Yeah, required. These two are required things. Look at here. So when we are trying to create this records, let's say if I want to create a resource, I need a name, okay, that I can give as a default resource. Project anyway from which I am creating, I can give that ID. When I have a contact, I need a ID of that contact. So which contact ID I need to pick? I don't have an option. So that's why I'm looking how I can pick the contact resource here. And then status I can give one project lead. Also the question, project lead is a lookup. That's okay. It's not a required, I guess. Let me check again. So it is required on a field level. Okay. And then what else I have? So that's all I have. I'm having. So now what I'm going to do was I'm going to a project and I will assign a project lead here as a contact. Do I have a lead? So I have a name here, but I need a contact lookup. Then only I can use that in anywhere. So I need a contact, and it is a so project lead. I think we might have already having it. Okay, fine. And that's okay. Now here, so I'm going back to a project and I want to add one project lead here. Do you see a project lead here? So I have project lead. So I will use this one of the contacts, the project lead. Fine. So now I can have all things that are required to create a resource. Okay, I'm going to create a new resource. And what should be the record type? Or project. Project resource and customer. Okay. Record type. Did I selected any object here? Just doing a cancel. Create. Create a record. Record type. Okay. This means the object name, I guess it's asking for. Create new resource. And then, so these are all required fields. That's why it's populating before itself. How you want to populate the contact ID? To give a field reference, that is going to be a project lead. Okay. And then project ID It's also going to be a field reference, that is ID of this record, a record of a project record ID. That's going to be a project ID there, and the project lead. So I want to make project lead and contact. I want to add a project lead as a one of the resource to this. So I'm going to use the same field here. So I'm going to use the project lead here. Okay. And what is going to be a record name? I want to use a field reference name here. And then I want to go to a lead. In the lead, I want to refer the name of that lead. So I'm going to use the last name of him. I'm going to use as a resource name. Now, one tricky part was how to give a record type ID, because we have a record type. The only problem here was you need to hard code the ID of the record type. That's going to be a our part now. Where we have resources here, resources, and here in the select to display record type ID, record type ID. We don't see it here. We need to pick this. What is the ID for the record type? That's what I have to do. It will be in this record type object, and here we have a subject type to define it is from which object, so that you will know. Okay, in resources, the developer name will be a project resource, and this ID what all we need here. So hard coding the ID here. Record of ID we got, and do you want to give any other information in a project resource? And the status as active. Let's put status is active. Status is active. Okay, that's all I need. So I want to create one as a default resource. So here the resource name, I want to use it like kind of kind of a formula. Let's use a formula here. Even the default resource, and here I want to use leads. I want to use the last name of him. Last name of him. Choose. That's what I'm going to do. Let's see how it works. Save. Syntax. Okay. Here, not here. Here. So I have to do it as a string, and then I want to concatenate. So for concatenation, what is the operator? I believe and is the operator. Now, then it should be a double and.
Use some space in between and
There is spaces are given. Operator. Use any concatenate. Okay, single ampersand. Okay. So this is formula and do a same. Okay. So the error message will be still there until unless you save it, it will not get removed. Okay, so that is what. Fine. Mm, now we're good to create a record. Let's activate and see. Going to the project here. I have already two resources. And now, what's the stage here? Terminator. I'm switching back to it as a starter, and let's see whether it's creating a new project resource or not. Hmm. Looks like it got created a default resource. Okay, and it is active because we don't have any subscription. It is blank, so we can create. So now it is already started. If I want to just make some changes to it, just an assumption where it should not create again, right? It has to create one time, not multiple times. Only it will create one time. Only if you make the stage from a different stage, then only it will change. Okay. So based on your like how you have functionality, based on that you have to take off. Okay. Then maybe green I have. Just I'm changing the lead here. So we green and save. And now I want to start the project. So I want to see the new default resource as Avi Green. Okay, it got created. If you want to avoid this, like we can add a multiple validation rule, not to switch between stages from back and forth. You have to go only one directional. Like if it's not started, then you can only make it started. Once it's started, you cannot mark it as a not started. You can write a validation rule like that so that you will have a accurate functionality. Okay, so we're good here. Updating the record, same record or related records, how we can filter, how we can create a new records. It is more simplified now. Now let's see what all the other actions we can do. Okay, once it is started, I want to do one post to chatter. And what kind of a post I wanted? Hmm, I don't see any chatter post in this record. So I want to add this. Edit page. Not here. Do we have any activities here or not? Tasks we have. Okay, we are only creating a log here. Okay, here it is. Activities we have, but we don't have a chatter. So we have a chatter here. I will just make it as my favorite. We cannot do. Okay, let's keep it as a favorite here. And now let's do some post. Where here? Yeah, here. Where we have create a record, email alerts, flows, post to a chatter. Okay. Do chatter post that project started. Okay. post to a chatter group or a user. Let's say to a user. So who is the user? Search for user, select a user from a record, select a user from a record. So I want to post it to the owner. So owner ID of the user. That's it. To that user ID I want to post. So merge field. So I want to mention what all we want to post here. Existing topic. No. Hi. So I want to give a owner name here. So the owner. I want to use the owner last name. Hi. Your project is just started. Congratulations. Something. So I'm just going to use this one. Okay. What I'm going to use as a project name. Okay. Hi. Your project so and so is just started. Congratulations. Okay. Okay. Do a save. Done. When it happened, whenever the project turned to starter, then we are going to do this post. Okay, I'm activating it. Where we have this one, this is a chatter post now. I'm going to a project. So you remember which project we are just doing all this. So we have a two project resource default resources. So this time I'm switching back here. So when it's not started to starter, when it become a starter, then it has to do a chatter post and it will create a one new default resource. So it's creating a one more resource here. And what about a chatter post? So here we got the chatter post saying, hi, so and so, you were having just message here like this. You can do the post. Okay, you can post messages like this. And is it clear how to post to a chatter? And now moving on to the next action, what we can do. So what's the time running now? Create a record, post to chatter, process builder, quick actions, script, send custom notification. Okay. Notify the project start. Notification type, setup notification type. Okay, new one. So I want to do it for desktop and mobile. That's going to be a project start that I'm using. Okay. We can modify it to desktop and mobile. Okay. Now I have process builder. Maybe it need a refresh. This is the one we are actually working. So you guys are there or not? 5 minutes behind. Okay, thanks. mm, what we're doing here? Yeah, add a new action. Here we're trying to do a custom send custom notification. So action name is project started notification desktop and mobile equipment. Set recipient type as a owner. Owner of this one. Owner ID. Then hi, new project started. This is okay. New project started is title and project name. Started today. Congrats. Okay. Target object is project and start the process. Okay. Say man. I'm doing activate here. Confirm. Just doing switching this back and forth so that we can make it quick. So I'm just going to start this one. See, you have a new notification now saying that you have that summary as a highlighted one. New project started. Project 2 started today. Congrats. Okay. That's how we can do it. Now, if I on the different screen and if I'm here, so you can directly jump onto that record once you click here. So even if I'm wherever it is from this notification, when I'm trying to look at this notification, it's just jumping onto this record page. Okay, so far what we have covered. This time I want to summarize. Flow, say an action. So Apex we can do, create record done, emails done. Flows we have to do, post to chatter done, process we have to see, quick actions we have one, and send custom notifications then approval process. So we have submit for approval, quick actions, process, and flow. Okay, flow once we have covered, we can see the flows. And now let's see how to start a different process from one process. First, we have to have a process builder which will be which can be triggered from the other flows. First, we have to create that flow, then only we can do this one. Okay, and submit for approval. Also, after covering that one, only we can do. Update records you already seen. Okay, let's connect back and continue with this flow.